Welcome to part 2 of the Joymouse saga. Unfortunately, I didn't get to record this video quite so close to the last video. It's been a couple crazy weeks. I got sick, work has been nuts, so I'm just now getting back to plugging this into a Windows 10 computer and seeing what's up. So I've already got it plugged in, so we can cut over to Windows desktop. This is obviously me moving around with a full fidelity modern mouse. And this is me moving around with the D-pad on this controller. So I have the D-pad, A, as expected. A is the left mouse button, C is the right mouse button, B is the middle mouse button. And then we have some modifiers here. If you hold the left shoulder button, it moves even slower. Let me move over in this area. Even slower. Hold the right, moves a little bit faster. And then we have, if you toggle on slow, it moves really slow. Holding left at that point doesn't seem to do much. Holding right does make it move a little faster. And then conversely, if you hold down turbo, you've got a decent regular mouse moving speed. Hold left, it goes slower. Hold right, it doesn't really go any faster. But the key is, in all of these modes, if you hold left and right, you get some zippy mouse movement, so that's much appreciated. But as you can see here in our Joymouse properties window, the buttons are not registering down here when you press A, B, C, X, Y, Z, L, and R, because it's treating it as a mouse right now. If we hit the mode button, the light turns brown, or orange. Sorry, I'm looking at 3 different places. Turns orange, and then we can see the D-pad's working. A button, B button, C button, X button, upside down Y button, Z button, L and R. So there's our 6 face buttons, our 2 shoulders, and our D-pad. Working just perfectly. Just plug it into Windows 10. It identifies as a Joymouse, and it knows what to do. Apparently, this is a driver that's still built into Windows. The thing you may have noticed when the buttons started registering down here is that there's no equivalent of a start and select button, which kind of makes it hard to just map this like in RetroArch or something and use it for multiple 8 or 16-bit consoles. Naturally, this is right where on the Saturn controller, this is right where the start button would be. You'd like any of these 4 buttons to be user addressable, but they aren't because they're built into the mouse and the Joymouse driver functionality. So you kind of have to work around that. You either assign start and select or start and select over here, which then cuts down on being able to actually assign this as a functional Saturn controller. You would need a keyboard button or something to become start on a Saturn controller. So it's a little funky that way. Let me cut over and we'll take a look at everybody's favorite video game website, gamelove.com. You can see moving around with the mouse cursor at normal speed is, even at turbo speed, is a little terrible. But if you hold both the shoulder buttons in, it's not so bad. So the one feature that the back of the box claims here, hand-free page roll button, works for Microsoft Internet Explorer, Word, and Excel. I was so intrigued by what the hand-free page roll system was. Unfortunately, it's the equivalent of middle clicking and then navigating with the D-pad. Just like every mouse that you could buy or use nowadays has that middle click navigation that I swear no one uses. So in every way, this controller and this Joymouse was not as exciting as I thought it would be or hoped it would be, dared to dream that it might be. But it is functional, surprisingly, as a mouse, thanks to this function for scrolling. You don't have any other way to scroll. So I guess that was their solution. And at the time, when this middle mouse navigation was first introduced, I don't remember ever using it myself. But I guess it might have been a feature of the USB mouse drivers to tout for people making electronics like this. So I guess that was their solution. But it's functional. You can navigate the internet with a 6-button controller from the year 2000 if you want to. Let's see, can we, oops, right click. Yeah, add to reading mode. You got to read this post later. Definitely come back to GameLove and read about all of the marketing stuff that I post. So that's using it as a mouse. Let's cut over now to a game, and we'll see some gameplay in action. All right, we're here in the most recognizable 6-button Sega Genesis game, Ranger X. I realize I should have just used Street Fighter 2 for this. It would probably make more sense to more people, but I will go into the options here so you can see what the buttons are supposed to do in the game. It's a little unconventional, but that's one of the things I love about it. A button is shoot to the left, C button is shoot to the right, B button is your special weapon, X button moves your Una Cyber motorcycle to the left, Z moves it to the right, and then Y is also your special weapon. So this is one that I use a lot. See, I almost hit this again for start, so just beware of that, however you have it mapped out. This is a game I use a lot to check out whether controllers are set up right, just because I know it really well, like how it's supposed to feel and what the buttons are supposed to do. So we've got our A button, fire to the left, C button, fire to the right, B button is our special weapon, whichever direction we're facing. Then X is drive the motorcycle left, Z drives it to the right, and Y also upside down. Even being upside down on my controller here, still fires the special weapon. So that's it maps just fine. It's just like any USB controller in RetroArch, at least, like it's always hard to map the 6-button controllers because they usually have the Super NES layout. So you're mapping 4 face buttons and then like the Z and C as like shoulder buttons or something. Let's not die on the first level of this game. I was standing there getting blasted by those mortars for a little too long. It does feel, let me just get the bike out of the way so that I can get some health back here in the sun. Good Lord, all of these probes. Give me health. Give me health. The buttons, I guess it might be that this is a like 23-year-old controller and it's barely been used. It does feel a little stiff, but it's not bad. Like it feels totally fine, totally comfortable as in a 6-button Genesis layout to just pick this up and be playing once you get the buttons configured right, which is always the thing. So let's just go ahead and I'll just play a little bit of Ranger X here because why wouldn't you? Take out these big mortar turrets that were firing off into the background, and there's our commander back there coming down. We better head back there and save those poor civilians. If you haven't seen Ranger X, look elsewhere on my YouTube channel. I think I still have 1 or 2 playthroughs of it. It's a fantastic game, and every single level is a little something different. It's just a great, creative, very colorful, or not colorful, but like a technically, like vibrant, moody Genesis game. I don't know what I'm overselling it now. I'm also not doing so well. Let's just get back on the bike and destroy these legs. Oh God, we got squished. You can charge a jump if you hold down. That's fun. The bike and your X-Ranza suit have separate health bars, so you can kind of hide inside when you get low on health. Oh, get him. Get him, get him. It's been a little bit since I played this. Hey, we got him. Guess what? Oh, no, we didn't. He's got like 2 hits left. There, now we got him. All right. Yeah, great game. And I guess if you're going to play it on a PC and you somehow don't have a controller already and you're looking for a 6-button thing, this is an okay option. It's a totally okay option. Put that on the box. Totally okay. But you are unlikely to find this nowadays, at least this yellow-colored see-through magenta shoulder buttons version without also buying Deep Raider, which I hope to be taking a look at soon, like to find out, does Deep Raider even use this controller? Or was this just something that the developer and publisher were able to put in a box because they got a deal on it or something from China? I don't know. We'll find out the answers to those questions in another future video. So for now, thank you for watching this hands-on, in-depth look at the Joymouse controller brought to us from Cyberscape Graphics and Infobank in the year 2000. Yeah, thanks. I can't wait to be back with more soon.